In this video I'm going to be telling you why I chose the Saucony Endorphin Pro over the Nike Alphafly for my recent half marathon PB. Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to FORDY Runs. How are we all doing? Let me know in the comments. So, the Pro and the Alphafly. Now this video is actually driven by you guys. After I did my half marathon PB, a few of you were asking me why I chose the Pro over the Alphafly. Some of you guys asked me on Instagram, some of you guys emailed me and all that sort of stuff. And thank you very much to everybody who does contact me on all the platforms. I really do appreciate getting some of the feedback. So I thought the easiest way, instead of just keep coming back to you all and commenting and all that sort of stuff, is to actually do a little video about it. So if you've not seen the video on my half marathon PB, check it out. It's, what vlog is it? I can't remember. But check that out. It's a half marathon PB where I ran 52 laps around a track to beat my half marathon PB. I ran a 1:39.22 and I ran it in the Endorphin Pro. If you are new to carbon plate shoes, actually I'll tell you what, go back a step. Firstly, do you have a pair of carbon plated running shoes? Let me know in the comments which ones. And if you have more than one, list them. If you're an addict like me to carbon plated running shoes, let me know in the comments and list all your carbon plated shoes or the carbon plated shoes that you have or even the ones you want to have. Right, so going back to the half marathon PB. So yeah, I chose the Endorphin Pro and there's a few reasons why, and we'll get into that in a second. But before we do, let's get over some of the stats and some of the features if you are new to these shoes, so you know what we're talking about. So firstly, let's go with the Pro. This is the Saucony Endorphin Pro. This is the top end of the range of the Saucony Endorphin line that came out in 2020, which have been hugely popular, and they've blown away a lot of people with this line of shoe. This shoe weighs almost nothing. It's 7.5 ounces. It's got an 8mm drop. Stack height totaling at 35mm in the heel. It's £190 if you can get them. It's got a full length S-shaped carbon plate, and you've got the Power Run PB midsole. And where are we? So then you've got the Alphafly, which has come out in various colours. And what's really interesting about the Alphafly at the moment, which I've noticed more than anything else over these sort of hot shoes, is how easily available these shoes are at the moment in the various colours that they're coming out. But yeah, that is really interesting. Let me know in the comments, why do you think that is? Anyway, so the Alphafly, which again, super lightweight, is coming in at, where was it? Oh, hang on, let me check my notes, 232 grams. That's actually slightly heavier than the Alphafly Next, the Vaporfly Next percent. Anyway, we'll get on to why that is in a second. You've got the full length carbon fibre plate. You've got ultra high stack height, 45mm it goes up to, which is actually kind of illegal now. You've got the atom knit upper. What else? And obviously the most striking thing I think is the AirPods at the front. And then you've got the rubber on the outsole. Oh, on the outsole on this, I didn't talk about that, is barely there rubber. And then you've got the exposed midsole as well, but plenty of traction. The track I ran on was wet and it was slippery, and these did a good job. And I don't know if you've seen the video where I ran these, it was wet, chucking it down. It was a Storm Alex when I ran the marathon, the virtual London Marathon, in these. So both have done very well in the wet, talking about the outsoles. Okay, so in terms of fit and stuff like that, this feels a little bit narrower than this. Both the uppers are amazing. They both fit, for me, true to size. I'm a UK 9.5 in both of these, by the way. If you look at the footprint, obviously you've got the sort of spike at the back on that shoe, but this is definitely a wider fit than the Saucony. The lacing is probably better, more traditional on this. This is an all-in-one upper, boot upper. It's got a little bit of foam. Can you see that in there? This has definitely got a little bit more foam than this. This has got a pull tab on the back. This doesn't, even though that makes no difference. You've got this amazing atom knit upper, which I just mentioned, and it is super, super, super breathable. I mean, it's almost nothing there. This is a fantastic upper as well. Again, it's just that sort of feeling of nothing being there. That has got a very thin tongue, which is just there, just to wrap around your midfoot a little bit and get you a nice lockdown feel. And then, as I said, that's got the one piece upper anyway in it. So yeah, then you've got the AirPods there. You can see what I was trying to get at was you can see the plate there, which is what I wanted to show you guys again, just in case you are new to these shoes. So right, with all that out of the way, let's get on to why I chose this instead of this. Right, so for me, how it works in terms of choosing a shoe is, one, am I looking for a time? Two, what's the conditions and where I'm going to be running? So is it track? Is it a road? Is it multi-terrain? Is it flat? Is it hilly? Am I going to be going over different surfaces? If you do some of the runs in London, you do go onto like cobbles, and sometimes you go up and down paths, over bridges, all that sort of stuff. It does actually come into my thought process in when choosing a shoe. And when I looked at the half marathon PB attempt, and the fact that it was on a track, for me, the sort of more traditional racing feel, probably a better way of describing it, of this shoe suited more than this. Now, that's not to say, by the way, that this is a bad shoe in any shape or form. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear this for a half marathon. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm trying to say is I based the decision on where I was running and how I was running. This shoe for me, the Alphafly, is the #1 for me marathon shoe. I just feel that you collect and carry speed for the 26.2 miles. It's got the ability to sort of soak up the miles, but keep giving you more and more and more. And you've got the high stack height in the heel, so you've got the energy return that just keeps your feet that little bit fresher over those 26.2 miles. That's the sort of way I look at this shoe in terms of running in it. I've not run 26.2 miles in this shoe, so for me it's hard to comment over obviously 26.2 miles, but what I can say on the distances that I have run in it is that I do feel that this would perform very well over the marathon distance, but I do feel like for me it's just that little bit more suited towards the half marathon distance, because I can really sort of get after it, if that makes any sense. With a half marathon, I really like in the second half of a half marathon to really sort of chase it, and this shoe gives me that, and it's kind of the best of both worlds with the Vaporfly Next Percent, which is an extremely fast shoe. This just offers me more of a compromise versus that over the half marathon distance, and I've run that at half marathon distance quite a few times, but this just gives me that sort of the confidence and the ability to cruise at speed, and then to be able to then pick up the pace towards the end of the half marathon. And that is why I chose it for the half marathon PB that I did. It was just the ability to run fast over a reasonable amount of time, but then when I needed to put the afterburners on, it was there. Because of the carbon plate, because of the Power Run PB midsole, I got on my toes and I was able to chase it down. And I think that this shoe is more of a consistent shoe over the 26.2 miles for me. I just don't feel like I don't feel as racy in this, because it's quite cumbersome, believe it or not, when you've got it on. I don't feel as racy in it. I feel confident in this shoe, but I don't feel like I want to take on the world. I feel like I want to run a marathon and be consistent and carry that speed consistently, because I think as a runner, for me personally, having the consistency in my pace throughout the marathon is what helps me achieve my goals. Where this thing, I'm just able to turn it on when I need it, and it just gives me the confidence to do it. And I think that's the bottom line, people, and I think it's a great way to actually conclude the video for you guys who are asking, you know, why I chose this. It's a confidence thing. I just feel, for me, this is suited towards the half marathon, and I'm able, if I need to be able to go after it in this more than this, and that's why I chose it. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, if you've got any other suggestions in terms of, you know, half marathon shoes, marathon shoes that you think yourself would be better suited to me or whatever, you know, stick them in the comments. Let's have a chat down there. You can always hit me up on Instagram and all that sort of stuff. But that's it. Thanks very much, I said, for getting in touch and driving these videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you guys later.